Well, hey folks, my name is Brad, and today I brought my metal detector to this babbling brook deep in the mountains of Vermont. And what makes this brook special is about a quarter mile upstream is an old stone dam built in the 1800s to create a drinking water reservoir for the town below me. Now, after it was decommissioned, it became a popular swimming spot, but a few decades ago, the dam burst, sending all of the water downstream and hopefully carrying any treasures that may have been sitting at the bottom. We're gonna slowly walk upstream, metal detecting as we go, seeing what we can find. Now, if this is one of my first videos that you've seen, I post one of these every single Friday. So if you like what you see today, consider subscribing or just come on back next week. I'm gonna get started, see what we can find. So I do a lot of metal detecting up in the mountains at these old farms, and it's not uncommon whatsoever to find buttons. I wasn't really expecting to find any here, but I have found two so far. The first one, look at that. Lead backed, which is a bit of a surprise. I guess it might not be a button because there isn't a shank on the back. Can't imagine what else it would be. But check out this next button I just found. I can't believe this. This, based on the style and the material, is almost without a doubt early 1800s, maybe even the end of the 1700s. Now, I don't think that this reservoir is that old. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's not. But folks have been here in this stream or in the surrounding area for a long, long time. It's got me pretty optimistic about what else we might find here today. So cool. Well, I just got a pretty large iron target. Given where we are, the history of these mountains, I had a pretty good guess what it was going to be, and I'm right. If we check out down here in the hole, it wasn't actually incredibly deep. Here in the gravel, we have an axe head, and man, it is busted up. It's hard to say whether this broke out during its use or if it's just been deteriorating in the river. Looks like it has a pretty interesting shape to it, but I think that that's just deterioration. And you know, they say the mountains of Vermont, which are now almost completely covered with trees, several times over the last few hundred years were just completely clear cut. And this is evidence of that. A big old iron axe head. Pretty cool. I'm not gonna take that one with me. I'll leave it in the stream and see what else we can find. Well, just 5 feet behind the camera, I got a beautiful 92 target on my XP Deus 2 metal detector. Ended up being a can. Here we are, a new hole, same target, a little bit smaller though it seemed. Dug it up and I believe we have a ring. I think it's silver. It might be costume jewelry. I'm up on one of these gravel bars again. I'm gonna go down, wash it off in the water, and we'll take a look at it together. Oh yeah, definitely silver. Hopefully you can see the stamp on the inside, 925, and it looks like this is gold-plated copper because it's turning green. But we got a silver ring, really small. I mean, it doesn't even fit on my pinky, so. A lady's ring here in the stream. I don't think it's incredibly old, definitely in the 1900s. Based on the 925, they didn't do that back in the 1800s, so. Still happy to find it. Silver jewelry. Let's keep searching, maybe we can find some more. This particular stream has a bit more modern trash than the last couple I was in. I'm finding lots of pull tabs, bottle caps, plastic bottles, but I just found a piece of trash from a while ago. Look at this. A piece of old blue pottery. Wonder what that went to. I just find it so interesting that this place has been visited by people, for so long. Fortunately, some of them leave their trash behind, but if it's old enough, it's treasure, right? Not sure those plastic bottles will be treasure ever, but I'll pick up as many as I can and take them out with me. This too. Well, I don't know what it is about folks losing their keys when they're swimming or around bodies of water, but in one of my last videos, similar to this one, metal detecting a stream, I found a bunch of keys, and I just found another one, and I was amazed at how many people watching that video could identify exactly where that key was from. So maybe some of you can identify this one. It's got an 88 on it, so I don't know if that's probably not the year, but maybe you can see I am up in a gravel bar here, so it's not underwater, it's not wet. One of the keys that I found a couple videos ago, the consensus was that it was a briefcase key. Can you imagine what was in the briefcase? It was just full of $100 bills, maybe? I don't think this one went to a briefcase, unfortunately. Let's keep searching. So I'm not sure what I have here, but I'm pretty sure I'm excited. I'll let you be the judge whether I should be excited or not. So I'm still making my way upstream. I can almost see the dam up here. And I got a beautiful target on the metal detector. It was a 90. Started digging in the gravel. You can see the edge of it right here. And I started sticking my hand underneath there, started pulling out the gravel because my shovel's too big, and I felt something sharp, and I said, oh no, it's a piece of glass with a bottle cap. I'm gonna get out my new special tool, which my friend Gary mailed me. Thank you, Gary. I've been using this several times today, actually, to kind of dig in cracks. And so I took this and I started digging underneath the rock so I didn't cut my fingers, and I saw a shine. And it was not glass. Right here. I mean, that's a bangle, right? Silver. You can see on the inside, I did scratch it up with my tool because I thought it was glass. Now I have been staring at it for a little while. I don't see any stamps to indicate that it's silver, but it's certainly a bracelet, right? It's a little small for me, and it's certainly tarnished as if it is silver. So that's what we're going to go with. It has a nice convex shape to it all around. We're going to go with silver. Let me know what you think. I'm rubbing it and the black's coming off, so wow, that's a big piece of silver if that's what it is. All right, we've made it to the dam. Check this out. So this would have been where the water was spilling over the reservoir on the other side. Let's go take a look at that. So I'm currently standing on the spillway on top of the dam, and you can see behind me all of these saplings have grown up where the reservoir used to be. I'm going to do a little bit of detecting in there, but there would have been a ton of sediment on top of any treasures that might be down there. But I am going to focus on the stream that still exists that would have filled this reservoir. If we don't find anything up there, we'll go back down below the dam again and see if we can find any more treasures that may have spilled out of this reservoir. Well, this was a great target. I thought for sure it was going to be a coin of some kind. But it isn't. Somebody had a bad day, lost their glasses, more than likely while they were swimming, right? They took their glasses off to swim and then couldn't find them, came downstream, eventually broke in half. I can't tell how old they are. What do you think? 70s? 80s? Probably not 1880s. I'm having a blast. in the streams. It's so different from what I usually do. A lot of the things I'm finding are modern, and I am finding quite a bit of modern trash, but every once in a while there's a real surprise. Hopefully you folks are enjoying it too. Let's keep going, see what else we can find here. Now, before coming out here, I really had no idea what to expect as far as age of coins I was going to be finding here. I had a pretty good idea we would be finding them since people did swim here, but 1800s, early 1900s, I just wasn't sure. Turns out, I've been finding a ton of coins from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, until the one I just found. And it was a bit of a surprise. Apologize for the fogged camera lens here. But hopefully you can still see that's an Indian head cent. I don't think I'm going to be able to make out the date. It's been rolling around in the gravel for 100 years, but that's super exciting. I have found quite a few wheat cents already, but this has my heart beating. All right, folks. Well, I'm going to call it there. What an awesome place this is. Not just the scenery, a beautiful old stone wall along a babbling brook, but also some of the treasures we were able to find that maybe busted out of the reservoir when the dam broke. At least a few of those things are certainly old enough. I've got everything I found here laid out on a rock. Let's take a look. In the back we have our giant pile of pocket change. There are at least 5 or 6 wheat pennies in there. But right here is the one I'm most excited about, which is the Indian head cent. Not entirely sure what the date is on it, but if I can get it cleaned up, I'll certainly let you know. We have the key, this pair of eyeglasses, 2 buttons. I thought I was going to find more of those. I found both of those right away, and then no more after that, but I'm sure there's some more out here. Most impressively, I think, the giant silver bangle. I'm 99.9% sure it is silver now, after rubbing some of the tarnish off. And our silver ring. 2 pieces of silver today. Cannot believe it. Super excited. I think this place may warrant a trip back someday. All right, well, I want to thank you again for watching. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. And hopefully I'll see you next week for another new adventure up here in the mountains of Vermont.